I had so much fun with you guys today reading Goldilocks and the Three Bears. If you want to hear the story again, you can go to the library in our classroom and you'll find the book so you can hear it again. And then what I want you to do is in class today, we started coloring our they're kind of like puppets, characters, right? And we worked on our setting. I added a refrigerator and a stove to my kitchen. I added a window. I could add some more things to this if I wanted. I added a picture on the wall and some stairs to go up. And then I didn't get my characters colored, but I have these little characters that I can use. So you're going to use your cutout characters. You're going to cut them out and use them. And I'm going to use these. And what I'd like you to do is practice retelling. Now, we haven't done this in a long time, but we do know that fiction has characters, setting. We have those right here. Characters, setting, and now we want you to do the beginning, middle, and end of the story. So you're going to retell the story. Practice it a few times. Maybe tell a brother or sister or a family member your story. You could practice in front of the mirror. You can practice to your pet. And when you're ready, we would love to see you make a video of your retell of Goldilocks and the Three Bears. So you can move them in your setting because she walks into the kitchen first and tries the porridge. Then she goes into the parlor and she tries each of the chairs and you can tell the story, and this one breaks. And then she goes upstairs because she's tired and she tries out the first bed and she tries out the second bed, and the headboard is too small or too low, and then she tries the baby bed and it's just right. And then the bears come home and they come into the kitchen and you're going to tell the whole story. We can't wait to see your retell.
Kindergartners, I'm going to attach the video of the read aloud to this one as well, so you can listen to the story one more time so you can practice listening to it before you practice your retell.
Goldilocks and the Three Bears, retold and illustrated by James Marshall. This one has a special award called the Caldecott Honor, which means it got an award for the writing and the pictures. Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Once there was a little girl called Goldilocks. "What a sweet child," said someone new in town. "That's what you think," said a neighbor. One morning, Goldilocks' mother sent her to buy muffins in the next village. "You must promise not to take the shortcut through the forest," she said. "I've heard that bears live there." "I promise," said Goldilocks. But to tell the truth, Goldilocks was one of those naughty little girls who do exactly as they please. So here it says, shortcut. And she's not listening. She's taking the shortcut. It says, danger, very risky, not a good idea. Turn back, go the other way. But she's not. She's like, I'm just gonna go. Even the squirrel looks nervous. Meanwhile, in a clearing, deeper inside the forest, in a charming house all their own, a family of brown bears was sitting down to breakfast. "Patooey!" cried big old Papa Bear. "This porridge is scalding." Scalding is another word for really hot. "I've burned my tongue." "I'm dying," cried Baby Bear. "Now really," said Mama Bear, who was of medium size, "that's quite enough." "I know," said Papa Bear. "Why don't we go for a spin while the porridge is cooling?" "Excellent," said Mama Bear. So they got on their rusty old bicycle and off they went. Tra-la! A few minutes later, Goldilocks arrived at the bear's house. She walked right in without even bothering to knock. On the dining room table were 3 inviting bowls of porridge. "I don't mind if I do," said Goldilocks, helping herself to the biggest bowl. She's just eating it without even asking. but the porridge in the biggest bowl was much too hot. "Patooey!" cried Goldilocks as she spat it out. Next, she tasted the porridge in the medium-sized bowl, but that porridge was much too cold. Then Goldilocks tasted the porridge in the little bowl, and it was just right, neither too hot nor too cold. In fact, she liked it so much that she gobbled it all up. Feeling full and satisfied, Goldilocks thought it would be great fun to have a look around. Right away, she noticed a lot of coarse brown fur everywhere. "They must have kitties," she said. In the parlor, there were 3 chairs. "I don't mind if I do," she said, climbing into the biggest one. But the biggest chair was much too hard, and she just couldn't get comfortable. She can't get comfortable. Next, she sat in the medium-sized chair, but that chair was much too soft, and she thought she might never get out of it. And then Goldilocks sat in the little chair, and that was just right, neither too hard nor too soft. In fact, she liked it so much that she rocked and rocked until the chair fell completely to pieces. Smash. Now all that rocking left Goldilocks quite tuckered out. "I could take a little snooze," she said. So she went to look for a comfy place to nap. Upstairs were 3 beds. "I don't mind if I do," said Goldilocks, and she got into the biggest one. But the head of the biggest bed was much too high. This is called the head of the bed. She says it's too high. Next, she tried the medium-sized bed, but the head of the bed was much too low. Then Goldilocks tried the little bed, and it was just right. Soon she was all nice and cozy and sound asleep. She did not hear the bears come home. The 3 bears were mighty hungry, but when they went for breakfast, they could scarcely believe their eyes. "Somebody's been in my porridge," said Papa Bear. "Somebody has been in my porridge," said Mama Bear. "Somebody has been in my porridge," said Baby Bear, "and eaten it all up." In the parlor, the 3 bears were in for another little surprise. "Somebody has been sitting in my chair," said Papa Bear. "Somebody has been sitting in my chair," said Mama Bear. "Somebody has been sitting in my chair," said Baby Bear, "and broken it to smithereens." The 3 bears went upstairs on tiptoe, not knowing what they would discover. But then at first everything seemed fine, but then Papa Bear lay down on his big brass bed. "Somebody's been lying in my bed," he cried, and he was not amused. He is not happy. Look at his face. "Egads!" cried Mama Bear. "Somebody has been lying in my bed." "Look!" cried Baby Bear. "Somebody's been lying in my bed, and she's still there." "Now see here," roared Papa Bear. Goldilocks woke up with a start, and her eyes nearly popped out of her head. But before the bears could demand a proper explanation, Goldilocks was out of bed, out of the window, and on her way home. "Who was that little girl?" asked Baby Bear. "I have no idea," said Mama Bear. "But I hope we never see her again." And they never did.
Once you've practiced your retell enough, do a video of retelling the story using your puppets and put it on Seesaw. We can't wait to see your retell.